Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay?
Keep it 93.9.
The outswinger for Mahrez. Rodri! 4th minute, and the Etihad Stadium is bouncing already. De Bruyne looking towards Haaland. Chambers, oh, he's taken it away. Haaland, can he find the pass? Can he find the goal, maybe? Gundogan! The man who scored the 2 goals that took City to the title last May scores again against Aston Villa, and it was almost from the same spot that he won it last time. This time he makes it 2-0. Mahrez has probably won the game before half-time. Mahrez with a penalty. Martinez went the wrong way. And in stoppage time, City have 3 points maybe. Oh, now that's onside. Watkins, something for the Blues to think about. Watkins makes it 3-1. The Blues have done what they set out to do. They move within 3 points of Arsenal. Victory against them on Wednesday, and they'll be top.
Okay, so it's like Manchester City is not thinking about the whole case issue, the whole investigation concerning the team, maybe point deduction, trophy withdrawal, but it is more of sacking the boys to go all the way, get a 3 points against Aston Villa. With that, we welcome you to Kickoff Sports Show this morning. My name is Oladapo Kunubi. Good morning. You can call me Young Striker 9. When we look at updates from the world of tennis, NBA, we'll talk more of football this morning. Nigeria Professional Football League, or you call it the Nigeria Premier Football League, also went down yesterday with fears in the heart of Shooting Stars, and a lot of games drawn yesterday. Remo Stars also drew their game yesterday, and it looked like maybe a weekend of drawn games. Okay, well, one away game was also recorded, but remember, on the continent, Rivers United went with a bag of goals conceded on the road. But first, let's talk tennis this morning. Remember, you can watch us live from anywhere across the globe. Jump on our Facebook fan page, Solutions 939 FM, Facebook, YouTube, Solutions 939 FM. Click, like, subscribe, and share. So let us quickly start with events scheduled for today in the world of tennis. Rotterdam Open will be going down today. Stefanos Tsitsipas will be in the doubles event today with his brother, Petros Tsitsipas, against Hari Helovara and Lloyd Gaspo. But Richard Gasquet in the singles starts 1 o'clock against Pablo Carreno Bow-star. Giga Dimitrov will be up against Atlan Karasev, and Stan Wawrinka will be up against Alexander Bublik. Well, David Goffins by 9 o'clock will be up against Gregory Barrere. And looking at what will be going down in Argentina, the Argentina Open ATP 250, Pedro Martinez will be up against Bernabe Zapata Miralles, as Thiago Monteiro will be up against Pedro Cochin. Fabio Fionini will take on Laszlo Jarry by 10:30 tonight. At the Dere Beach Open, there's the ATP 250. The clash between Iya Ivashka and Jeff Zabrowski has been cancelled, same as the clash between John Isner and Jeffrey John Wolf, including Jibing Wook, Nuno Borges. But let's look at other games scheduled for today. By 7 o'clock, Dennis Kotler will take on Jordan Thompson, and Steve Johnson will be up against Nuno Borges. Emilio Gomez will take on Tun Ling Hu. But for the ladies in the Qatar Ladies Open in Doha, Karolina Munkova will take on Martina Trezvina by 1:30 today. By 3 o'clock, Veronika Kudermetova will take on Barbara Krejcikova, as Ipek Ons will be up against Victoria Azarenka. Now, let's just quickly say congratulations to all the tennis stars who won different tournaments over the weekend. Argentina's Sebastian Baez tasting success in his home country on Sunday as he defeated Federico Coria 6-1, 3-6, 6-3 at the Cordoba Open final. Belinda Bencic claimed the inaugural Abu Dhabi Open title after saving 3 championship points in a gripping comeback win against Ludmila Samsonova. The Swiss dog deep to take the game to a decider. However, she prevailed 1-6, 7-6, 6-4 in a time of 2 hours and 48 minutes to win 8th WTA title of her career. We move away from tennis. Let's talk about the NBA. Well, the Golden State Warriors will approve the 4-team trade they agreed to at the deadline, but not before filing a complaint to the NBA about Gary Payton injury not being disclosed. Payton, who was a member of the Warriors championship winning team in 2022, left the franchise to sign a free agent deal with the Portland Trail Blazers in the offseason. He had been battling a number of injuries that kept him out of action until the new year began, but he has since managed 15 appearances since the 2nd of January. Now, talking about injuries, Zion Williamson is also nursing injury, and this may also affect his All-Star game. But let's also let you know that tomorrow we'll be having a couple of games scheduled in the world of NBA, starting 1 a.m. with Charlotte Hornets taking on Atlanta Hawks, San Antonio Spurs against Cleveland Cavaliers, Indiana Pacers battling Utah Jazz, Houston Rockets against Philadelphia 76ers, Miami Heat against Denver Nuggets, as Brooklyn Nets will take on New York Knicks, same 1:30. And 30 minutes after, Chicago Bulls will take on Orlando Magic, Oklahoma City Thunders welcomes New Orleans Pelicans, Dallas Mavericks battles Minnesota Timberwolves, Washington Wizards will travel to play Golden State Warriors, and by 4 a.m., when Golden State Warriors is battling Washington Wizards, Portland Trail Blazers will be entertaining LA Lakers at home. Away from the NBA. Now let's go straight to talk about the NPFL with results of games that were favoring some teams while some had to sleep off.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn. Solutions 93.9 FM.
Okay, welcome back. Still Kicking Sports Show, the first half of AM Update. We'll talk sports, everything sports for 15 minutes. And this is 9:07. Checking your time right now. Looking at results of games decided in the match day 7 of the Niger Premier Football League. Okay. All right. Lombi Stars defeated Dakar FC 2-1 as it was a 1-all draw between Remo Stars and Plateau United. While it was a 4-goal thriller between Shooting Stars Sports Club of Ibadan and Bendel Insurance, well, Shooting Stars had to come back from 2 goals down to draw level in that game at the Lagos Salami Sport Complex on Sunday. Well, Sunshine Stars of Akure defeated Niger Tornadoes 2-0 as El Kanemi Warriors Akwa United played out 1-0 draw. Same score line between Abia Warriors and Wiki Tourist of Bochi, while Enugu Rangers edged Doma United 1-0. Eyimba went on the road, defeated Gombe United 2-1 as Nasarawa United edged Kwara United 2-0. Well, after that game, the coach of the side called it quits. I'm talking about Kwara United. Now they have Kabiru Dogo as the gaffer of the side. All right, those are the results of games in the NPFL match day 7. Let's go continent. This morning, looking at CAF Confederations Cup games decided over the weekend. Marumo Galand of South Africa defeated Al Akdar of Libya 4-1 as TP Mazembe of DR Congo defeated Real Bamako of Mali 3-1. ASEC Mimosa of Ivory Coast and DR Congo's Motema Pembe played out goalless as Diabe Nord of Congo defeated Rivers United 3-0. 3 goals scored in the first 45 minutes of that encounter as Akara of Togo played out 1-0 draw with Future FC of Egypt. Monastir of Tunisia defeated Young Africans of Tanzania 2-0, while Pyramids of Egypt and FAR Rabat of Morocco played out 2-0 draw. USM Algiers of Algeria defeated Saint Eloi Le Popo of DR Congo 3-0. Those are the results on the continent over the weekend, and we move straight talk of the English Premier League.
Yes, I just looked back and it is offside, yeah. It is, but it's, I don't know, probably they will give an explanation later on in the week, but today we haven't got any. But looking at the images, and you have to apply certain principles in defending, and you do that by sticking to the rules, and suddenly you apply different rules, then you have to change your principles. So tell us before, because then you don't hide the line in that height, because then obviously you're always going to have an advantage if you get blocked. Yeah, I think it was a really strong performance. I think we had moments. I think it's a very tricky team to play against, and they have shown that, so credit to them as well, because the results that they got against the top team is just not a coincidence. But I think we did a lot in the game, and we insisted a lot, and we did the most difficult thing, to score the goal. So after so early to happen what happened in the way it happened, it is frustrating, but this is the Premier League.
Well, that was Mikel Arteta, Arsenal manager, speaking after the game against Brentford, which ended 1-1, and saying that referee's decision not peaking the goal. I mean, confirming that a goal scored by Brentford, that was a goal. But hey, Professional Game Match Officials Limited, PGMOL, the body responsible for match officials across English football, has admitted 2 significant errors with VAR offside decisions, one which against Arsenal that could have implications on the Premier League title race. Well, Arsenal drew 1-0 at home to Brentford on Saturday, with even earning a point for the visitors with an equaliser in the 74th minute.
There's Odegaard. Saka trying to go round his man. Good delivery, must be! And it's Trossard who scores for Arsenal his first goal for the club, and it could be a priceless one.
Yes, great goal, great work from Saka. And we said we needed somebody new to come on and change the game. And it's Trossard scoring his first goal for Arsenal.
Here's Tony unmarked. Was a dangerous ball in. Wissa heads it back, not very far. Helped on by Norgard. Pinnock's climbing in there. That was going to be a goal. Ivan Tony scored. Flag has stayed down and Brentford have levelled.
Well, there's obviously somebody's offside there, but the ball doesn't go to him. The ball goes to Tony at the back post, which is well onside. No guard there, maybe, that he's coming back from an offside position. No, I'm not sure. It's a goal.
But it's been given. So after that extensive check, Brentford are level, and it's that man, Tony.
So that was what transpired in that game. But hey, it is what it is, right? But Arsenal will have to move on. The Matchful Picture on Facebook says, good morning in the studio. Thanks for updating us always. Solutions FM on top every day. Ashegun Afolabi says, good morning. Olufemi Ayodele says, well done. Good job. Okay. Now, let's look at other results of games played in the Premier League over the weekend. Manchester City, told you earlier, as Aston Villa. And, well, after that game, Pep Guardiola made it clear that it was an expected result. And for Haaland, this man, if tested today, he may be missing the midweek game.
Yeah, it's happened this week, and the next week is going to forgotten, and everyone is going to do the job in the club, what they have to do. And our job we have done so far is prepare the games to try to win the games on the pitch. And today was a good example of that, and of course seeing the feeling that our people being there is nice. No, I in half time I spoke with the doctor, said maybe if Thursday don't take risk. I said I was right, I was agree with the doctors. And with the result maybe more tight, and maybe I don't do it. And yeah, I think it's not injured, but I think tomorrow is going to see. Hopefully it can be on Wednesday. If it's not ready or some risk, it's not going to play.
Okay, but a lot of people who've got Haaland on their Premier League fantasy, well, you just have to think outside the box, the next man to come on board. Okay, looking at all the results of games that decided over the weekend. Manchester United edged Leeds 2-0. Bournemouth, Newcastle United played out a 1-0 draw. As Crystal Palace also settled for a 1-0 draw against Brighton and Hove Albion. Fulham edged the Nottingham Forest 2-0. Leicester City bashed the Tottenham 4-1, but the coach of the side will have to get something better. Wolves with one man down edged Southampton 2-1, which also contributed to firing of Southampton manager. Well, it was 1-1 between West Ham and Chelsea. But remember, tonight, Liverpool will take on Everton in the Merseyside derby. And guess what? The coach of the side, Jurgen Klopp, has reiterated his 100% committed to Liverpool and dismissed comparisons to the previous jobs as he tries to turn around a dismal season. Can that happen? We'll wait to see. We'll talk more on Extra Time this evening, 6:30, where we talk everything football. We'll move to the other side of the show this morning where we'll look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers, same as burning issue. My name is Oladapo Kunumi. Do not go anywhere.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn. Solutions 93.9 FM. 93.9 FM. Keep it locked.
Adélabú sọmọlúàbí o, orí lóye. Adébáyọ̀ sọmọlúàbí ẹ̀, orí lóye. Má ṣe gómìnà kára ó tún wá pẹ́sẹ́, orí lóye.
Ẹgbẹ̀je nìràwọ̀, ọ̀kan ṣoṣo lòṣùpá, ọlọ́ọ̀ba ló fòṣùpá jọba, tó fi gba ìjú ẹgbẹ̀je ìràwọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí Fadébáyọ̀ Adékọ́lá, ojúlówó ọmọ Adélabú, pẹ̀ǹkẹ̀lẹ̀ mẹ́sì, máa túyà gbàǹso, ìtàkùn tó ní kẹrin má gòkè àlọ́, tòun tẹ̀rín ló ń lọ. Gbogbo èèyàn ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló ń retí Adébáyọ̀ Adélabú fún ipò gómìnà, kí ara ó lè tù wá pẹ̀sẹ̀, ẹni tí ó fúnni lásán. Tọ́run ẹ̀ láwò, ibi gíga ló ti ń bọ̀, àwọ̀ ọba ò sì fọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, ó tún rẹ̀ ní rebi. Bó ti ń ṣe fàlejò ló ń ṣe fónílé. Àbálàjọ tí òkìkí ọmọ Adélabú fi ń gbalẹ̀ bí ọ̀wọ̀ àrà òjò látòkè Ògùn délẹ̀ Ìbàràpá, Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, Ọ̀yọ́ Aláàfin àti Ìbàdàn ní tilétoko ló sọ pé bókùrà ọ̀kan lójú ọ̀run tí ẹ làwọn ń ṣe. Àtàǹpàkò làmì ẹgbẹ́ wa Accord Party ló lé téńté lórí ìwé ìdìbò. Dìbò rẹ fún Olóyè Adébáyọ̀ Adélabú OFR. Accord Oneness and Progress.
Are you looking for a number one stop choice for quality meals, pastries, and food heart? Then Paris Bakery is here to fulfill your satisfaction. Paris Bakery is giving out free complimentary tea breaks to the first 20 people to get breakfast in the next 2 weeks. That way, you get to enjoy complimentary tea breaks like Spanish noodles with egg sauce, boiled yam with egg sauce, fried yam with tomato sauce, plantain with beef sauce, chips and gas meat, noodles with chicken sauce, golden yam and chicken sauce, boiled yam with liver sauce, chips and chicken sauce, and boiled potatoes with egg sauce. So why not walk into Paris Bakery building at Ring Road adjacent Move 21 Event Center, Ibadan, and get yours free. Grab the sofa while it still lasts and give yourself a great food experience. For more information, call 091 151 1515 or 0810 075 2752. Paris Bakery, all for you.
Great people of your South Senatorial District, what do you want?
Freedom, development, youth empowerment.
That is right. Here is another 4 years opportunity to get it right in Oyo South Senatorial District. Cast your vote for Honorable Oluwasegun Theophilos Oladimeji Otto under the auspices of Labour Party as our representative at the National House of Assembly, Senate. Otto, a man of the people, credible and intelligent leader, social transformer, an advocate for youth empowerment always. On this note, market men and women, artisans, civil servants, students across all levels, social groups, religious houses, and many others. Vote for Honorable Oluwasegun Theophilos Oladimeji Otto to represent Oyo South Senatorial District on the Labour Party with the logo of a father, mother, and children. Let's do it together. No carryover. Vote for Otto. Labour Party! Forward ever!
939 is the dial.
It is 11 days to the 2023 general elections. The vote is precious. It is the most powerful, non-violent tool we have in a democratic society, and we must use it.
This message is powered by a Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 939 FM.
Okay, it's another beautiful Monday morning in the big and beautiful city of Ibadan. My name is Ade Damala Lafenwa, and it's about time for us to take you through some national dailies this morning on AM Update on Solutions 93.9 FM. Good morning, Dapo.
Yeah, good morning, Laffy. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
I hope you had a great weekend, most especially with what happened to Chelsea, to Arsenal.
Well.
And Manchester City getting the needed 3 points. The lead on the log is now getting reduced by the day. And you are facing Manchester City very soon.
Well, no problem. Time will tell.
So why are we flashing black this morning?
Well, I think it's just a coincidental thing.
All right, I've got with me the Punch and the Nation newspapers this morning.
Okay, I've got the Vanguard and the Nigerian Tribune with me. Taking my first shot at the Vanguard in the jiffy. All right, the first I'm looking at the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning, and the cap headlines: FG overwhelmed by insecurity, worsening economy, Catholic bishops. Naira scarcity, Tinubu lists 6 ways out of current sufferings. Now the banner headline: cash squeeze as rejection of old notes spreads, banks await fresh directives from CBN. You find that story on page 20 of the Vanguard newspaper. Naira redesigns top economic chaos. NECA urges FG. You find the story on page 8. CBN to court. Returning old notes will encourage vote buying, kidnapping. You find the story on page 10 of the Vanguard. Turkey, Syria quake. Deaths exceed 28,000. UN expect toll to double. That seems to be like the highest number of victims of earthquake in recent times. You find the story on page 9. Bandits kill DPO, 4 others in Niger. You find the story on page 6. Desperate propaganda can't derail our momentum. Obi Dati. That story is on page 9. And another one says, old notes deadline. Governors direct attorneys general to review suit at Supreme Court. Okay, you find that story on page 5 of the Vanguard. Pupil's death. Lagos government shot Christian school. That's a very pathetic story, and you find that story on page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper.
Okay, going straight to the Punch newspaper this morning with series of headlines. And, well, if you look at the front page of Punch this morning, it's more of adverts.
Yeah.
But let's check some other stories inside the Punch newspaper this morning, most especially what really concerns Nigerians. And, well, I think the first one I'm seeing here is concerning Oshinoge. Oshinoge denies meeting candidates ahead of election. IG mourns AIG Jimeta. Imo Poly invent drone to tackle insecurity. APC PDP bicker over vehicles retrieved from Oshun Iyalojas. Alleged 2 billion naira gift. Church address doesn't exist, says Imo Khan. Ganduje shuts supermarket over refusal to accept old notes. Violence. Oshun APC PDP accuse police DSS of bias. G5 governors not supporting APC Tinubu. Jang. Tension as Abuja pastor brings AK-47 to altar. This and more you can find from the Punch newspaper this morning.
Okay, going to the Nigerian Tribune this morning, the banner headline, Naira redesign, Nigeria at risk of CBN-induced recession, governors warn. And there are quite a number of riders to that. Worry over emergence of Naira black markets, severe food inflation. Tinubu wants Apex Bank to its advice of Council of State. And from the riders too, release Naira notes you are ordering. Atiku tells Tinubu APC. Ekiti sues FG to join Supreme Court suit. Nigerian shun Supreme Court order reject old Naira notes. Moving further, bandits kill DPO, 4 others in Niger. INEC redistributes voters to less congested polling units. You find a story on page 22 of the Nigerian Tribune. Kogi government wants IGP to immediately arrest EFCC boss. You want to know why? Okay, you can check that story on page 26 of the Nigerian Tribune. Now, moving to the cap headlines. Invite Fani Kayode to explain coup allegation. Article tells DSS police. We are investigating death of 12-year-old Christian school student. Police and rider to that, Lagos government orders school shut. NDLEA arrests church general overseer. Theology student over Dubai-bound meth. Skunk at Lagos airport. You wonder what meth and skunk are? They are a form of drugs, which are illegal drugs.
Yeah,
actually.
illegal.
Okay, I'll match my brakes here.
Okay, well, you are matching the break, but I have to go straight talk about the state of the nation. In the Nation newspaper, the headlines we're having, check the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning. Tinubu lists ways out of Naira crisis. Okay. And everything is about advance. But let's check some other stories here. CBN likely to pump more cash into circulation today. So fear not with what we are seeing here, because there's going to be a meeting. CBN will have to review the Naira crunch, and part of the things expected should be how to pump Naira to the system. One, then to remember what happened last week, the meeting President Muhammadu Buhari had with the Council of State,
yeah.
And what came out of that meeting was that it is either Emefiele pumps, makes more new Naira notes available in circulation, or you repump the old Naira notes into the circulation. But governors to federal government, act now. But looking at other headlines, achieving seamless payments with transaction narration. Okay. I know you are not interested in this headline. Valentine items to get for your male partner. Okay. All right, now, but this one is shocking. Kano LP governorship candidate joins APC, meets Tinubu. Are you surprised?
I am.
Nigeria loses $50 billion to foreign ship owners in 4 years. Poor network affecting use of e-payments by petrol stations. Not only petrol stations, it's affecting some of us. Bankers reassure an industry safety. Russia's cut boost to Nigeria. Others oil revenue. Well, this and more you can find from the Nation newspaper this morning. To read more, now let's go straight to the burning issue this morning. Remember, we're counting down to the 2023 polls, and it is 11 days, 22 hours, 31 minutes to the presidential election, and the National Assembly polls are scheduled for 25th of February. Well, we spoke to some Nigerians about the state of the nation, the Naira crunch. Some saying that they could not get their PVCs, and they are also looking at the current situation in the country. Do you think
Nigerians will want to go perform their civil responsibilities at the polls come 25th of February, including the fuel crisis. Here as what some of the Nigerians had to tell us.
There's this addict that says an hungry man is an hungry man. Somebody that is hungry, you will not tell him anything that he will hear, except you first find means of solving his problem first. With the present situation in Nigeria now, people are dying, people are hungry, no food to eat. After you stress working, getting money, putting it in the bank, you are still stressing to get the money that you put in the bank. So the stress is too much. And with this, it will affect the very close elections.
As the INEC said, and the federal government, why can't he hold? It will hold. I'm prepared, even though if they like, they ask us to close and go and vote. We will go and vote. Because everybody are tired of this. Nothing is working. So we will go and vote. I have my PVC. If I'm alive till that day, I will go and vote. I register beside my house. So I don't need to enter any transport to go and vote. So I just wake up in the morning, pray, find something to eat. If it is the time, I go and vote.
They will conduct election. People will vote. Whatever happens, we are ready to vote. We will vote. No matter how things is going, by God's grace, we will vote. And the people will vote that day. Yeah, we are prepared.
Some Nigerians talking to Solutions 939 FM correspondent there about what they plan to do come 25th of February, 11 days, 22 hours, 29 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Look at the current situation of the country. Someone said a hungry man is an angry man. Well, someone also saying that this is not all, about, getting to board bus, bike to his polling unit, to go cast his or vote. But, if you look at what has happened now, will people be encouraged to go cast their vote? That is one. Well, in Lagos State on Saturday, Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi had his last round of campaign. And, we had different reaction, most especially different videos, pictures, trending on social media with some of the followers being attacked. But let's listen to some of the followers who were attacked, during that period. And if this is also showing us what democracy is all about. Remember, we're still counting down to the polls.
At Freedom, we were marching down to Jakonde, trying to mobilize our supporters from Jakonde down to TBS for the rally of Labour Party, presidential rally. And before we knew it, some thugs believed to be loyal to APC came from various directions with cutlasses and gun. They started shooting, and many people escaped for their safety. And before I knew it, I also ran because I was not really ready. I was not expecting that, so I ran for cover.
Look at this vehicle. This was attacked. This is live evidence. The back was broken. What more do we want? We want good governance, and obedience cannot be stopped. We have now been, charged further to come out. And then for the undecided voters, this is their time. Make a choice. You need a Nigeria that works, a Lagos that works.
Well, we had made arrangements along with provisions for people to be transported to TBS, buses, float, music equipment, DJ, in a peaceful manner, not even obstruct traffic, have traffic management, part of our plans. Only for the contingent coming from the island, Jakonde axis to get attacked. Got the first distress call about 9:25 that buses are being damaged, and we are trying to assess the situation. So we moved with a security outfit, only to encounter the group at about 9:55 a.m. at Freedom Way, just along the Lekki Expressway, where one of our coordinators has been attacked.
Reactions from some of followers of Labour Party in Lagos, yes, over the weekend, based on the attack during the visit of the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi and his running mate Dati Baba Ahmed. Dr. Kunistone is here with us this morning as we look at the state of the nation, state of security ahead of the 2023 polls. Good morning to you, Dr. Kunistone.
Good morning to you. How are you today, sir?
Yeah, we're fine. We're feeling good. Thank God it's Monday.
I thought you had forgotten me because last Friday I couldn't. I didn't hear your call, so I was wondering whether
it's based on network.
I couldn't reach you on Wednesday too.
Yeah.
No thanks to the network. No thanks to the network.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of Nigerians should be expecting more money to be pumped into the system today. That is following the meeting coming that will be done by the CBN Echelon. And the reports we got is that maybe we should be expecting more money in circulation. That is one. But two, are you also concerned about the state of security in Nigeria ahead of the forthcoming polls? It is 11 days, 22 hours to go. You heard what happened in Lagos over the weekend when Peter Obi was in Lagos. And people are also saying a hungry man is an angry man. Don't you think people will be disenfranchised, or they will personally disenfranchise themselves? No money, no fuel.
Well, I want to start here to say that the election is fast approaching. But I saw something on Facebook yesterday, and it was, for me, very alarming. Some people were attacked in Lagos because they wore the Labour Party jersey, or they had the Labour Party flag on in the Lekki axis, and it was very, very alarming for me to see that people who are going about their normal business of supporting their choice of candidate was attacked. That's on the one hand. And so I want to ask the same question you're asking: how safe will Nigerians be who will go out on election day to go and exercise their conscience? What happens if the person whom those miscreants or those Agberos are supporting finally does not win? Does it mean that certain parts of Nigeria will be ungovernable because of the fact that their preferred candidate, so to say, did not win? Now, concerning the issue of Mefele and
the top echelon of CBN.
I believe that things will start turning out better now, because I, for one, did not understand the tenth of the injunction that the Supreme Court actually granted 3 states of the Federation, whereby an opportunity was not given other states to join in, because I know whatever is affecting one state, they also affect others. So there was no opportunity for other states to join in. And the one that's even more surprising is that the CBN itself was not a party to the suit. So I do not know whether that injunction still allows people to receive the old notes. I just feel that I need to call my banker today to know if the old notes are still being dispensed in the banks based on that. But what the CBN governor has promised is that from this day forward, we are going to see more of the new Naira notes, and I hope that is what will happen in Nigeria going forward.
Okay, well, let's be hopeful that that will. I know you've been a very strong supporter of the CBN's policy, but over the weekend, immediately after the council's meeting, Emefiele came out and he apologized, and he said he admitted the lapses which CBN didn't foresee before trying to implementing that thing. Now, and you've been, that goes back to the point I was raising the other time, that implementing this kind of cashless thing, or this removal of old Naira notes and making it in a very short period of time wasn't the right thing to do, which he has admitted. So what's your take on that? He now coming to say that, okay, they didn't see this lapses coming, because you were saying old Naira notes must be stopped and there were not enough new notes to go around.
Well, he has apologized. Once he has apologized, the policy has already started, and it's the implementation. They say strategies in themselves don't fail. It is the implementation or the execution of strategies that fail. Now that they are in short supply of the printing, well, what we have to understand is that, number one, the cashless policy still stands, even if it's the old Naira note that is to be used. Going forward, the cashless policy still stands. You cannot just go to the bank and start asking for millions upon millions of Naira that you can start at home. And so that still makes the policy workable in Nigeria.
Okay.
From that point forward, it's possible to say, let's use the old note, but you cannot proliferate money. You understand what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, I believe that printing is ongoing. according to them, they have printed about 500 billion pieces of the new note. And so it's still ongoing. Like, within the last 1 week or thereabouts, the issue of transfer, the use of transfer, which is the major reason for this policy, has been very, very powerful. I can tell you, as I speak to you right now, I am somewhere in Lagos, and in the last 3 days, I've been to about 4 different states, and I have not seen 1 naira, printed in Nigerian cash. It's been transferred everywhere. So I believe Nigerians are getting used to it. They will, of course, surmount the challenges that this brings. But I want to say that in the history of Nigeria, this is a policy that has had a very high effect on Nigerians and how we conduct our businesses. And a lot of people are migrating. Young people, old people are migrating to having their own personal bank accounts. And I hope this is going to be something better for our nation. My own concern is this. The CBN is the owner of the currency we spend. For the CBN not to be able to monitor where the monies of Nigeria are is not actually good for any economic policy or macroeconomic policy that you want to be able to use to regime your nation. You will understand that on a gradual note, the dollar, the naira is gaining value, because the people are no longer having money stacked in their houses to go and use to pursue the naira. Dollar has reduced today. Everybody goes to buy the dollar. Well, this one will have a stemming impact on that kind of ideology and practices.
Okay. Dr. Cornerstone, let me just quickly take you back before you go back to your office right now in Lagos. So, are you also concerned? People are talking about the structure, people coming out, Labour Party, and I know you always talk more of Peter Obi. And in the news, check the Nation newspaper this morning. The governorship candidate of the Labour Party, Bashir Ishaq, held a meeting with Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Kano. I mean, if you look at this, if he's, because the headline says Kano LP governorship candidate joins APC, meets Tinubu. If this is happening, remember the amount of votes coming from Kano. Are we not saying this is like Hope Dash for Peter Obi and Obi Dati?
I want to say very well that the hope of the Labour Party is essentially not in places like Kano State. What Peter Obi and the Kano is looking forward to is to be able to get a sizable number, probably 5% or 10% of the vote in Kano State, 10% in all those places where you have serious control by the two main opposition parties as we speak, so to say. You know what I'm saying? Because I do not really feel that Peter Obi will see Kano State as a place to expect so much from. You know what I'm saying? So, and I believe that the LP guy is already aligning with that, because for a lot of politicians, politics has become their business. Politics has become their own way of making money. So if the man decides to go to, he's been wooed by the APC and he falls for it, that's well and good. But I want to say that by the analysis of Nigeria, for which I am part of Nigerian political analyst, I believe that the LP is not actually in a whole lot relying on votes from Northeast or Northwest to be able to make a better win. What we are looking at is there are other 17 states of the Federation where we believe that the LP can win, and the other states will be shared among the other 3. And if you want to give you that insight now, I will do it.
Okay.
Number one, I believe that Southeast will be for the LP, no matter how you want to see. I also believe that South will be for the LP, no matter how I want to see it. A majority of the states in North Central will be for the LP. And I believe part of Lagos State, LP may be able to secure 25% of the votes in Lagos State. I believe LP might also be able to secure 25% of the votes in Oyo State. LP also might be able to secure 25% of the votes in Nasarawa State and Abuja. If you put all that together, it's almost possible to say that LP will win this election.
Okay, 11 days, 22 hours, 16 minutes to go to the polls. Thank you very much, Dr. Cornerstone, for your analysis this morning.
All right. Okay. Join Dr. Cornerstone on Wednesday. We hope the network will be favorable on Wednesday. Okay. You just heard Dr. Cornerstone's analysis there based on numbers. You know, they say politics is about the game of numbers. And they're saying welfare for the man in Kano aligning with APC. That is
but
not
that's
really
very
a
strange.
headache.
I mean, cross capital, or let me say, defecting a few days to your main election. It's really alarming.
Alarming, but okay, what of merger? It's like the same thing. If it that has happened before. I mean, let's come back to your state. The votes that brought in Sheyi Makinde was form of merger.
If there was going to be a merger, it would have been on the premises of the agreement of your party.
Of your party in the states, or
Not
at the
you,
central
It
level?
might be at the state, but not you individual as an individual, the candidate of a party, leaving your party,
Taking his decision.
taking his own decision.
It
to-
now goes back to structure. As that really showed us that PDP, I mean that
LP.
Labour Party doesn't have structure, or they have a structure. Because if you look at what has been going on now, there are so many reports we are getting. Well, maybe that of NNPP as well. Some have already collapsed their structure for PDP. I mean for the presidential election. So it's looking like maybe Peter Obi will be on his own at the end of the day with what we are seeing here.
Well, time will tell.
Time will tell. But hey, look at the time right now. This is 9:44. Time has come for you to also share your opinion this morning on the show. 0909-888-9939. 0909-888-9939 or 0912-222-2939. 0912-222-2939. Those are the lines to call this morning. We're live on Facebook. Facebook.com/Solutions939FM. Like, share, follow. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Ruth.
Hello? Yeah, this is Ruth.
All right. Thank you for joining us. You've got 60 seconds. Let's go.
So we keep fighting same election every 4 years, which really shows we have not moved forward since 1999. But under the administration led by Buhari, we keep facing fuel scarcity, blackout, insecurity. Now, scarcity of naira is not compared to the problem they fit on us. With all these sufferings, I know Nigerians are ready to take over leadership, but the government has failed to find lasting solutions to the crisis of fuel and naira, which can stop Nigerians going out to cast their vote. My brother is in Badaya, I need to go and cast his vote in Ondo State. So how will the president get one? Because most of all these traders or all these boss people, they are not collecting old note again. Even they are not even accepting transfer. So I will hold the CBN governor should please work his talk and let the new note to be his application. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Okay,
Ruth.
I think at this junction we need to sensitize the people that the old naira notes are still
Valid.
acceptable, and I mean we don't need to add more hardship on ourselves because the CBN has spoken, the federal government has spoken that the old naira notes are still
remains legal tender.
Legal tender. So why are we rejecting this stuff when the new naira notes are not even that much available?
Well, let me just maybe another angle to this. There's a bank on Challenge Road.
Okay.
Don't let me mention the name of the bank. They told all their staff not to take old naira notes anymore.
Oh,
So
really?
if CBN and
if a bank is even saying
you know,
that.
if CBN had come out to say that, well, the old naira note still remains legal tender, and banks are saying that their staff should not collect old naira notes, who do we blame? Who do we who do we believe? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Balkis Nadia from Ibadan.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, so regarding the new Naira note, honestly, redesigning our Naira note is a good thing, just like I've been saying, and it's going to boost Nigeria's economy. However, there are so many factors militating against this policy right now that the CBN should have considered. Because I know Emefiele did not just wake up in a day in 24 hours and brought out that idea. They've thought about it, they've brainstormed it before they did it. So I would just urge Nigerians to please enjoy it. Now, what is most worrisome to me is how 3 APC governors took the CBN to Supreme Court. It could have been any other governor, not even Yaya Bello, who is owing his workers salaries for months. Right now, his lovely wife has a case with the FCC for
Idowu. So ASU was on trying for 8 months. They did not sue Buhari and the education minister. They have refused custody since this last year. It's over 5 months now. They did not sue the federal government. There is heightened level of insecurity in Nigeria. They didn't sue the number one citizen of the country. Now it comes to a policy that directly affects them because from all ramifications, this policy seems to be working. From how they have mocked us cash, now they are suing the CBN. That is solely for their personal and selfish interest. Nigerians, please, let's endure this for the betterment of all. And of course, let's use our PVC to help ourselves. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you so much. But not only Kogi State, Kaduna, state governors have,
Ekiti State is also joined.
So we just got this, that Ekiti State's governor has also joined the suit. Ekiti State governor has applied to be joined as a co-plaintiff in a suit against the federal government as the Supreme Court of Nigeria on the Naira redesign policy and the deadline issued by the CBN for the swap of old notes for new ones.
And interestingly, these governors coming out are APC governors. I'm yet to see a PDP governor or a governor from another party joining this suit, which makes it more interesting, kind of.
So we have Kaduna, Kogi, Zamfara. Another question I'm also asking is that if a Kaduna state governor will say that maybe in a particular local government there's just 1 or 2 banks working, so what are you doing to make sure that banks come to those local governments? What are those things you've put in place in those local governments to make sure that banks can say they want to come? So it takes a responsible government to make sure that every organization will want to come to your state, even go to the grassroots or go to the local government to establish.
Let me ask you something. I think if the CBN's effective are taking place on the 10th, what do you feel Nigerians will be going through at the moment?
I think the first thing is Nigerians know how to adapt. One. But 2, we still also have to put. The CBN has not put things in place.
That is it.
If CBN could come out to tell us to apologize that they never knew that this will happen, and that there are rumors that they said that they cannot produce enough Naira notes. That means you should have more than enough. We have to learn how things work. We just have policies and we don't put the right things in place to make sure that these policies work.
Because personally, I wouldn't like to condemn the actions of these governors who went to the Supreme Court, because in one way or the other, we Nigerians are benefiting from the Supreme Court judgment, because I can imagine... Okay,
what of those who are not benefiting? What of those who have, lost... people into this. In this crisis, we've heard issues of someone who's got a family member in the hospital that died, all in the name of saying you want to bring in, you must pay with new Naira notes.
I believe that if the extension wasn't put in place, it would have been worse.
Well, maybe I agree with you on
because
that part.
I want to pick from one. Okay, we have a caller.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Akubo.
Let's have your take. Good morning.
Yes, I just want to urge Nigeria. We know this government at the center, they have let us down completely. Yes. They have let us that they have failed. None of what they promised Nigeria has been successfully delivered. They keep telling us lies. They keep deceiving us. Now they are promising us another renewed hope. Which hope? What have they done? After giving them good 8 years to perform, what have they done? Instead of them to drive the nation forward, Nigeria has refused to progress under their progressive party. I would just implore Nigerians. They have limited time left in the office. The only way we can rewrite the history of this nation is by moving out on the election day massively, by voting in a credible leader, someone that will serve the masses, someone that knows where the shoe pinches, not a political party or a leader that will run the affairs of this nation like a business, or that will not serve us as expected. Because as for me as a person, I am tired of experiencing bad governance under APC administration. I am tired of experiencing asset strike, fuel scarcity, poor economy under the administration. Nigerians deserve better. Good morning, Kemi calling from Akobo.
Good morning, Kemi from Makobo. 0909888939. You were saying something
Well,
earlier, right?
yeah, I was saying something because when we were sampling the opinions of people as regards their preparation for the general election, somebody said, if I'm alive till that day, and that really struck my heart because if you look at what the people are going through at the moment, I drove all the way from Orita Challenge yesterday to around Mokola, and through that the roads I passed through, there were only 2 ATMs dispensing, and you needed to see the crowd on a Sunday evening. You need to see the
That was
crowd.
the same thing here.
You needed to see the crowd. So
in
now,
Dubai.
now imagine if the extension wasn't put in place. You know, I mean, you queue, you struggle to get fuel, you struggle to. As I'm sitting next to you now, I don't have a single cash with me. Now we'll say, okay, let's do transfer. I've been doing transfer since Saturdays, but there are some things you need to access that you can't make use of transfer. Now, immediately after this program, maybe after Melkajwe, I need to go and sort myself out somewhere. So I mean, it's
also no now
it's a struggle every day.
Laffy, hold on. Maybe I you know. I
What
want
is
to be
it?
on serious on this part now.
Okay.
So now you don't have extra 2,000 naira to pay on 10,000 naira.
I don't think I want to
Because 2 weeks ago,
I was doing that. I was doing that, but I'm not feeling comfortable with
now
it.
you understand what Nigerians are facing.
Yes, I'm a Nigerian before becoming a broadcaster. So I will always be, even after getting off being a broadcaster, I'll still go back to be a Nigerian.
Being a Nigerian, let's check what Nigerians are saying on our social media
I'm angry
platforms
right now.
Okay. Buddy, they pay me. Abiola Motosh Adeleke says Nigerians have been seriously pushed to the wall. With Naira scarcity as well, as we know, there is hunger and poverty in the country before their policy without proper implementation. They also promised to revive our refineries, but this has been almost 8 years and none was revived. APC has failed the masses. The only way to get out of this is to vote them out and elect another set of competent leaders into power. How do you know a competent leader? Have you been going for their campaigns? Have you been reading their campaign plans? Omadi Adekunle says the failure of the CBN governor to implement the policy of redesigning the new Naira note effectively is contributing more hardship on average Nigerians. For almost 8 years, the APC administration, the citizens have never survived from the suffering of fuel scarcity, erratic power supply, and skyrocketing increases in the prices of basic commodities. Now, they add Naira crisis to the problems. The APC government is a failure to Nigeria. Voters should beware and vote wisely. Olayinka Adetola says the APC came on board to keep raising our hope unnecessarily that they will fix our refineries, that they will strengthen our Naira, that they will end insurgency and revive our economy. But it is unfortunate that all promises have been cancelled. Virtually all sectors have been in shambles, nothing functioning well. It is obvious that their change and their next level is to inflict more hardship on the masses. What is failing and disappointing government?
Okay, this one is coming from Abiola Motosh Adeleke. Nigerians have been seriously pushed to the wall.
Yeah, I took that message earlier.
You took that, okay. Okay, Bosse de Fivo. Good morning. The governors who go about suing the federal government by now are only doing it in their own interest and not in favor of the masses as claimed because they will not be able to get cash to rig votes as planned. Why didn't they sue Mr. President as the Minister of Petroleum when the fuel scarcity kept recurring? And we were told that the scarcity will last for 6 months. Mind you, we own the crude oil. Since January 2023, they now pay 1 trillion naira on subsidies, yet we, the masses, suffer to buy from filling stations and buy 400 naira per litre. INEC chairman and some others have called Mr. President to do the needful against all odds in these electioneering days, yet the response is in favor of INEC and negligence for the masses. Okay, that's all from
Okay, so with this, we have to wrap up the show this morning and move to the other side as we have Kolade Olagunju, who's set for Mokajwe. This is where you get to listen to politicians come tell us their plans in Yoruba language. Well, I don't know. Laffy, just calm down. I can,
Well,
I can
I'm
feel,
coming
I can
down.
feel your. I can feel.
We're talking about getting paying 2,000 to get 10,000
10,000.
because the POS operator is not even getting cash now. So
I still need to ask the POS operators. Are they buying the money or they are getting it from bank?
Obviously, they
Most
are
of these
buying.
operators,
Obviously,
they are
they
not
are buying.
Laffy,
Obviously, they
these
are
people
buying.
are not buying. They are the ones you find queuing at banks, and they will get this money without paying 1 naira. However, they will now extort Nigerians. Laffy,
The question is, how many of these banks? Okay, you're talking the queuing at the banks, at the ATMs, or over the counter.
POS guys are the ones at banks, at ATM, sports. They get the money and they get extra.
Mind you, there is a limit you can withdraw from ATM now.
I understand.
There is a limit.
I understand.
So how many will a VOS operator get from
I think,
ATM?
I think this
to
discussion,
go round.
Well, this discussion will have to just, we'll continue tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
My name is Oladapo Kunubi.
My name is Adi Damala Lafenwa. Wishing you a money-making Monday. Good morning once again.
Who be the thief? Who be police? Somebody tell me. Who be good or bad person? 'Cause I don't know again. Everybody's getting tired. All we want is nothing but the truth, and I am one of them. Used to be better, but gone are the days.